Welcome to Eternal Hour, the golden hour to be precise. So for those unaware, this is a free-to-play visual novel. At least this part is free-to-play that was put onto Steam. I don't know when exactly it was backed on Kickstarter, was developed in Romania. And I finally got around to activating it. So before we get in, if you want to know, you can see that there is R18 content, which basically means nudity. You do need to install a patch for this, and the thing is, you do get an achievement for doing it. So if you saw what I did for Sunrider, you're probably wondering why did I bother with the patch this time, and neat little story. So for VidMe, you could actually upload nudity there as long as it wasn't pornographic, and I was wondering, depending on how this plays out, maybe I could actually do uncensored videos there and what have you. And I imagine some of you are probably saying, well, where do I find this VidMe stuff? Joke's on you, as of December 15th, the VidMe has shut down. So I could either go ahead and uninstall the patch, I don't know what all that entails, but it's probably just easier to edit the scenes out or mosaic it or something. So yeah. Anyway, the premise of Eternal Hour, I don't know if it applies here, is you're playing as a protagonist with the ability to rewind time. So you're able to rewind events. I don't know if it's quite like Life is Strange, but you can go back and change the way things play out to your benefit or someone else's detriment. It's one of those things where you have to make choices. And we can only imagine how these choices are going to play out and what consequences they entail. So, without further ado, we will do the little prologue while we wait for the finished product to come out. So, there are two modes here. I will cover both. We're going to start off with Strings of Fate. So yes, if you're missing the Oh My achievement, download the patch, install it. 11 years before the events of Eternal Hour. The first day I came to the city of Kumiwara feels like only yesterday. 6 years have passed in the blink of an eye. While it was never as big as Osaka, Fukuoka, or Sapporo, it's still much bigger than my hometown of Tokyo. I went to Kumiwara to find a place where I could be accepted. Tokyo's too small and conservative. They'll never approve of someone like me. When I return, the first thing they'll ask is why I'm not married yet. Or maybe why I dress like a punk. If I tell them I have a law degree now, they'll probably die of shock. Still, I can't hold this off any longer. I tried. I hoped that maybe someone would take my place or tell me that it was all a joke. But this is real, and it has to be me. I've been called a lot of things in my life. Some were true, some were false. But responsible, the idea never crossed my mind. Akio Natsumi. I still can't believe you're gone. The world can be cruel. Too cruel. I hope I can give something back to you for all the times you supported me. Perhaps then, I'll prove myself worthy of inheriting your legacy. 2 lives have ended, and now another is about to change forever. Well, here I am, my new home. Looks like Akio and Natsumi took care of this place. Not bad for people in the education sector. They were on their way home the night they died. It wasn't even 20 minutes from here. One left turn and it was a straight shot home at small town speed limits. But instead of reaching their destination, a speeding truck forced them to swerve out of the way. Their car ran off the road, crashing into a rock and catching fire. The two of them were trapped inside the wreckage, burning for hours before anyone could get to them. If it hadn't been for the license plate, their bodies may have never been identified. Drivers like the one that caused the crash aren't why I got into criminal defense. I can't think about that now. I need to focus. Poor Yasu's been on his own for 3 weeks. He's a newly orphaned child still in grade school. He must be suffering. I can leave unpacking for later. I should go see him first. Wish I'd gotten a job before moving in, though. Luckily, when I sign the papers, I can use the inheritance money to help us cope for a while. God, Still can't believe I'm thinking about such morbid things again so soon. Okay, Rin. You have to go get Yasu. Hopefully everything else will fall into place after that. So this is Starlight Orphanage. It is pretty close to home. I forgot Tokyo still has ancient structures like this. The city had a big revitalization project in the 80s. I guess a few old structures survived. The orphanage owners must have bought it on the cheap. They probably even made it a landmark. I shouldn't waste time outside. My anxiety won't just magically disappear.
Hello there.
This must be someone who works here. I should ask about Yasu. She's got a beautiful young-looking face. I suppose that's better than a cranky old hag.
Welcome to Starlight Orphanage. I'm Megumi Shimizu, Chief Volunteer.
Chief Volunteer? Did you just finish high school?
Yep. They figured I'd be good at helping coordinate the other young volunteers.
Of course, nothing motivates volunteers like a cute girl's gratitude.
What can I do for you?
I'm Rin Fujimoto. I'm here to pick up my nephew, Yasu Fujimoto.
Oh, I see.
Is something wrong?
Someone else can't have already picked him up, right? My cousin Mitsuki said that she couldn't leave her home country for another 2 months.
Well...
What? Is there a problem? I was told to come, so here I am. I even faxed the paperwork in advance.
That was over a week ago!
What the? She's like a tigress all of a sudden.
Yasu has been with us for weeks. Weeks! Where have you been?
And the voice acting there is a little wooden.
I've been busy.
Busy? I'm sorry that tragic deaths were an inconvenience for you. While you were busy, your nephew had to rely on strangers to cope with his loss.
Moving an entire life isn't easy.
Moving an entire life isn't easy.
You know what else isn't easy? Being 7 years old and not knowing if anyone in your family cares enough to be your new guardian. Yasu's whole family is gone, and he spent weeks alone. Don't you care about his feelings?
Please! I'm here to help, and I won't abandon him. So don't try to scare me off.
Fine. I'll go get Yasu. But I'm warning you.
Yeah, I'll be nice and friendly. Maybe take your own advice. You're not acting very welcoming or grateful.
Fine. I'll be right back.
Well, that was... surprising. With those cute glasses and that sweet voice, the kids at the orphanage must love her. Wasn't expecting the chief volunteer in an orphanage to be so fiery, though. Probably could have handled the situation better, but my head still feels heavy from all the dark thoughts I've been having lately.
Yasu, come say hello to your Aunt Rin.
So there is the main character of Eternal Hour, I believe. The actual release, since this is like a prequel prologue type thing. I scarcely recognize the boy Megumi brings out. Yasu has grown so much. But now his hands are shaking, and there are dark circles under his eyes, showing a lack of sleep. I've made him wait here for so long, unsure of his future. I'm his guardian now, but I'm practically a complete stranger. It'll probably take a long time for him to recover and get accustomed to living with me.
Yasu? Say something. I'm sorry. He's a bit shy.
As Megumi apologizes, I'm just standing here, dumbfounded. Just what can I say to comfort this scared child? I'm not a mother, nor do I have much experience with children. Legal professions don't usually involve caring for minors, after all. Guess I should just act friendly and smile.
Hello, Yasu. I'm going to take you home, okay?
Okay.
Why don't you go pack up your things and say goodbye to the other kids?
He's pretty quiet. Aren't kids supposed to be more talkative?
He's been like that for a while now. He's a bit shy around adults. I'm sure that he'll get better after he spends some time with you.
I understand. I can't imagine what he went through.
I think I'll go help him pack. But, Miss Fujimoto?
Rin. Rin is better.
Okay then. Rin. Well, if you need any help with anything, I'd be happy to help.
Well, that's reassuring. I was worried she would still resent me, but I guess she just wants the best for Yasu.
Sure. That sounds great, Megumi. Here, I'll give you my business card. You can find my email and cell number here.
Oh, a cell phone. I must confess, I haven't gotten myself one yet.
If it were even 5 years ago, I could understand that. Now you're a bit late to the party.
Well, if you help me out when I need it, maybe I can introduce you to cell phones sometime.
That sounds like fun. I may just take you up on that.
I think I would have preferred him to be a silent protagonist or something.
Oh, are you having trouble, Yasu? Here, let me help.
And there she goes. I should give this girl a call later. Maybe we can be friends. If nothing else, it's better than being a loner punk with a kid to raise. I hope Yasu doesn't mind riding a motorcycle. Parenthood. Never thought I'd get to it this soon, or at all. But I suddenly became the guardian of a 7-year-old boy. Yasu is awfully quiet. I'm not sure how to even approach him at this point. He might hate me for trying to replace his parents. He might not even understand what happened to his parents or why. But I'll do my best to give him a good life and education. I just hope he doesn't end up a punk like me.
Okay, Yasu. Have a good day at school.
It's been a few days now, and I still haven't gotten him to really talk to me. I've had better conversation with plants than with this kid. Speaking of plants, I may have to give that one away. Worrying about plants is just adding stress right now. To be honest, I want to change more than that around here. But I can't do anything drastic, not until Yasu tells me what's on his mind. Of course, none of that really matters if I don't find a job soon. Who the heck could that be?
Good morning, Rin. Mind if I come in?
Oh, Megumi. Yes, please, come in.
I figured, since it's been about a week, I should come to see how you're doing. Has Yasu left for school already?
Yes. He left with this cute girl. What was her name?
Naoko?
Yes, that's her. Naoko tagged along with Yasu and they left for school together.
So I imagine that's going to be a character in the actual game.
Apparently, they're friends with some other kids.
Daisuke and Katashi, probably.
And keep in mind this name is pronounced Daisuke, not Daisuke. Yeah.
The three of them visited Yasu a lot at the orphanage.
I'm glad he's got some friends with him. I walked him to school the first couple of days, but...
Is something wrong?
I'm worried about Yasu. He still won't talk to me. He only speaks up when he has to. This morning, he left without a word. Half of the time, he mumbles his replies, so I can barely understand them.
He hasn't gotten used to you yet. He was very quiet at the orphanage, but I still hoped he would open up to his guardian after a while. That only makes me worry more. What happened must have affected him deeply. Poor Yasu. He might be having a hard time understanding that his parents aren't coming back.
I can understand that. I still can't believe they're gone either. I keep waking up at night, expecting another email to show up from Akio.
These guys do not know how to pronounce the names.
He would always complain about the problematic children at school, and how they would always find new solutions to their everyday life.
They were both teachers, right?
Yes, very good ones. They always told me how they couldn't wait until Yasu was old enough to be one of their students.
I'm sorry to make you remember all of that. I'm only making you sad.
You are helping.
You are helping, Megumi.
I am?
I really wanted to talk with someone about this. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So, how about we go out for a while?
Wait, what?
Well, It's been a week, but you look like you've been spending a lot of time inside, taking care of Yasu. It would be good to get some fresh air and explore the town.
Well, I mean, I have spent a lot of time inside since I arrived, but I used to live here 6 years ago.
Really? Have you not visited Tokyo since then?
Not really. I always met Akio around the hot springs in Hobuchi. We used to spend a few days there having fun, so I haven't seen Tokyo since I left.
Just as I suspected. That won't do. Come on.
Hey, wait, what?
You promised to help me buy a cell phone, right? Let's relax for a while and go shopping.
Whoa. Geez, she's insistent. She barely gave me time to grab my bag, and now she's pushing me out the door. She is right, though. It would really help me to get out for a while. Well, now that Yasu is at school, we can explore the streets of Tokyo. Megumi excitedly pulls on my hand and guides me through a few streets I used to know well. Some of them look like they did back then, but most have changed completely. Gone is the tiny cafe I used to frequent as a child, replaced now by a large restaurant. The bookstore where I used to buy manga is still here, but I can barely recognize it now. With a slew of new displays showcasing portable music players and headphones, the storefront seems to have traveled 20 years into the future. The air is cool and refreshing as we walk together through the shopping district. I see Megumi smiling beside me as she watches my mixed reactions to these streets that are both nostalgic and unfamiliar.
So,
Okay, you're proving your point. I feel like I'm lost in a new world.
I knew it. You should have asked me to show you around much earlier. Did you see anywhere you wanted to go? I'll tell you about anything you're interested in.
What's that place with the dragon logo?
Tattoo parlor?
That's the Okopoko Cafe. It's a new cafe opened by some Canadian folks. They serve North American dishes along with traditional ones. I love their bannock.
Wait a second. What is a bannock?
It's a kind of flatbread, but they make theirs with raisins and a honey glaze. It tastes like rainbows and butterflies.
Looks like Megumi loves talking about food.
Whoa. The old bakery is still where it used to be. Are they still selling melon pan?
Melon bread, if you're not familiar.
Oh yes. Oh, their chocolate chip melon pan is the best. And their muffins. Oh.
I have to say, he seemed to have quite an acquired taste for local delicacies.
Of course. You need food to live. Plus they make really tasty treats all over Tokyo. What about you, Rin? You don't indulge in eating sweets sometimes?
Not that much, Megumi.
I'll convert you then. That chocolate store over there is great. If I take you there, I bet you'll have a sweet tooth in no time.
Wow. Megumi seems much friendlier than before. I feel sorry for being so guarded with her before. When she's not mad at you, she's quite nice. It feels refreshing to see her smile and dawdle around as we travel through the snug streets of Tokyo. So many new places have opened up in the few years I've been away.
Hey, Megumi. That boutique over there. The shop with the mannequins in the window. That seems like a new shop.
Ah, yes. The owners thought it was time to bring more cute fashion to Tokyo. Unfortunately, some people are complaining about it.
Complaining? About what?
Some of the older and more established citizens feel that mannequins in shop windows are obscene.
I don't know if that's a thing in Japan or not.
What?
I don't quite understand either, but people here can be pretty stubborn. The city might force a shop to move the display away from the windows.
That's pretty sad. This brings back memories of when I left Tokyo. I've got no problem with conservative people in general, but this is exactly the kind of thinking that drove me away from this town in the first place.
Rin, are you okay?
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I got lost in my thoughts for a second there.
That's odd. You're sure you're okay?
Yes, absolutely. How about we visit a place to help you find that cell phone?
That sounds great!
To start, How much do you know about cell phones?
Not much. I just know that it's a phone you can carry around with you.
There's a lot more to them, actually. I'll explain while we find some place to buy one.
Okay.
We continued talking about phones for a good while before we eventually found a place that sells them. It's really fun helping her pick out the right one and showing her how it works. I've never seen someone get so excited over buying a phone before. Megumi looks so thrilled we can send messages to each other from time to time. We exchange phone numbers and spend the rest of the day together exploring the city, looking for something but not knowing what. I have so much fun I managed to forget all my troubles for the first time in weeks. Megumi and I, we become great friends in no time at all. After that day, time seems to pass faster than before. I've been making small bits of progress every day, but life still hasn't settled down quite yet. It's been over a month since I moved back to Tokyo. Everything feels better now. I've started remembering the fun times I once had here, and I sometimes tell Yasu stories about those. Yasu started speaking more and more, and now we're slowly becoming a family. We even watched a TV show together last night. If I remember correctly, it was some cute anime about a boy who turns into a frog. Can't help but empathize with that boy, and I really wish I could do more to be a better guardian. Going from defending people in court to being a single mother, all while looking cool on my motorcycle. Doesn't matter how I say it, it still feels funny to think that some kid depends on me. Seems it can happen to someone like me, who's never even had a boyfriend. It's pretty sad that I look like a freeloader with no job, no income, nothing. The money will eventually run out, and I have to take care of Yasu somehow. I don't even know if I can practice law in a backward town like this. Even with the hardships, Megumi has been a lifesaver. We meet nearly every day now. Sometimes I wonder what my real feelings are, especially when it comes to Megumi. I meet up with Megumi at the orphanage, and we walk to a nice spot she knows by a lake for a picnic lunch. Even with my life being so close to falling apart, the good weather and the delicious meal with a good friend have done wonders for my mood. It's days like this that I live for now, where I can just forget the rest of the world and enjoy the moment.
And ever since, little Hikaru's been showing up to play with the orphans.
Wow. She's a great kid.
Yep. So, Rin,
That's odd. It's rare that I notice Megumi hesitating.
What is it, Megumi?
well, I hate to ask, but how goes the job hunt?
It's going. You know, there's only one proper law firm in town.
That's true. If they don't hire you, it's essentially just a few who have one-person firms.
Exactly. Tokyo's not the most progressive of towns either.
You don't think anyone here is interested in a leather-clad motorcycling defense attorney?
I did apply, but I haven't heard back since.
Of course, there's also the whole not married thing. This town has female lawyers, but they have families.
I hate to even suggest it, but do you think you might need to change your image?
There has to be another way. Letting this old stubborn town force me to change just feels wrong.
But you can't just hold out forever. You need a steady income to support Yasu and yourself.
I know. It's just that I've grown into who I am. It's not like I can just throw everything away in an instant. I've moved to new cities before. I feel like there might still be an option, Megumi.
I really hate to say it, Rin, but that may not be realistic. You're risking Yasu's life. Your life. I really admire determination, but I'm worried about both of you.
Thanks, Megumi. You might be right. I'm probably just trying to hold out as long as I can.
Now might be a good time to ask.
Hey, Megumi. I wanted to ask you, why do you work at the orphanage? I don't think you ever told me.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Well, the simplest answer is that I'm somewhat of an orphan myself, so I know how they feel.
Oh. I'm so sorry, Megumi.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. The past doesn't have to define us.
But you said that your past is the reason you work at the orphanage.
Oh, that. Well, it's why I started doing it. But now, I discovered how much I like helping them and teaching them how to organize their lives.
Organize their lives?
I like figuring out what activities to do and when to do them, what will be for dinner, those kinds of things. I've actually been taking business learning courses online. I'd like to work at City Hall someday.
Whoa! So, one day, you'll be Mayor Megumi?
Oh no, nothing that prestigious. I just want to help shape the city and care for its people.
Use your passion for organization to make the entire town happy.
I mean, I like cheering people up, so what if we could spread the happiness even more?
I believe you can do it if you put your mind to it.
Thanks. With a bit of luck, I can probably make it happen.
Well, let me know how I can help.
Sure. Working together, I'm sure we will do it.
Well, she isn't lacking in fighting spirit, that's certain. We arrived at the beach pretty quickly. Megumi changed into her swimsuit faster than me.
Hey Rin, what is that thing over there?
Water? Over where?
Wait, Megumi! Don't just walk off the path!
I shouldn't leave her alone out here.
Whoa! Is this a cave entrance? I've never seen it before.
Right in front of us, the ground parts into a sinister-looking entryway. It blends in with the surrounding area so well, I'm surprised that Megumi could spot it from afar.
It looks like it's been here for a long time. Is this place off limits or restricted?
I don't think so. Most people just stay on the beach. We got lost in conversation and walked really far.
This is interesting. Are you up for a little exploring?
Maybe, but we don't have a flashlight.
You know, if you're scared, you can hold my hand.
What?
Aw, she's so cute when she gets flustered.
I'm not scared. Let's go in.
Well, she's okay with it. Let's head inside. I don't know why my heart is racing so fast, but I'm not going to back down now.
Wow!
This place is amazing.
As rays of light shine in from a hole in the cave ceiling, we are struck by a wondrous, fantastic sight. Most of the interior is made of glinting minerals, reflecting the light that slips through the opening in the ceiling. There are no signs of any recent human activity. The last time people were in this cave must have been centuries ago. A trickle of water flows through the center, making a light rippling sound that echoes off the walls. All around the cave, small pillars have formed, both protruding up from the floor and hanging from the ceiling. So stalagmites and stalactites, I believe they're trying to reference. Megumi starts examining them, dazzled by their beauty.
Is this ice?
I don't think so.
As I slide my fingers across the surface of a pillar for the sake of curiosity, I notice that the glossy surface easily gives way. I'm left with small traces on my fingertip. It doesn't feel cold. I'll just lick my finger to see how it tastes.
It's salt!
Oh, that makes sense. This town was founded by salt miners who dug in the old wasteland.
Interesting. Hidden treasures. Do you think we're the first people to see this?
I doubt we are, but I'd like to think so.
And the reason you know they're not the first ones is because of the skeleton on the ground nearby. Suddenly, I become all too aware of the fact that the two of us are alone here, in this place that seems so magical, sharing this special moment. Looking at her now, I'm starting to feel a strange desire to be closer to her. My hand feels strangely empty, as if it holds a void that can only be filled by hers.
You know, if you want, we can...
Okay.
Megumi's fingers are sliding across my wrist. Her hand is so soft and warm. Her warmth in my palm is giving me a rush of happiness, a kind of joy I've never felt before. I want more. I want her. Megumi's the only thing on my mind right now.
Rin,
Yes, Megumi?
I don't know how to say this, but
It's okay. I feel the same way.
This is it. I gently get closer to her and place my lips on Megumi's. As the moment approaches, I realize the truth. This girl, this unbelievably beautiful, kind, passionate girl, she's the one. I've been waiting for so long without even knowing. Instinctually, I push forward, my passion leading the way to heavenly bliss. Then as I feel Megumi jerk back in hesitation, I pull away for a moment to give her more time to prepare. Then I press forward once more, this time more slowly. Megumi doesn't pull away, meeting me halfway after strengthening her own resolve. The moment our passions finally collide, my mind is blown away by the emotions cascading from within me. I feel her hot breath. I smell her sweet scent. I taste the lovely tang of her lips. Every part of the experience is so far beyond my expectations. I wasn't certain about it at first, but now I've made up my mind. Megumi means a great deal to me. How much? Well, she might as well be the world to me. I had doubts about staying in Tokyo, but now I am sure. I'll do what I have to so I can live together with Megumi. With her. I've never had a lover before, and I never understood why everyone wanted me to get one. It wasn't necessarily impossible, even if I never had much interest. But meeting someone like Megumi, I want someone like her in my life. Not just as a friend, but something more. The word love dances in my mind. Can I tell her that? Will she understand? I do worry a bit about how everyone else will react to us. A small, stubborn town like this, they'll never allow a relationship like ours. Still, for now, this is just about the two of us. Megumi Shimizu and Rin Fujimoto. In this precious moment, nothing else matters. We remain in the cave for some time, embracing and watching the sky through the opening in the ceiling. Neither of us speaks a word as we stand here together. My head feels so light. What happened after that, I don't really remember. I wake up back on the beach. It's already dark outside, and the glimmer of stars are reflected in the sea. It is probably time I go home. Megumi must have left without me. It's been a few hours since then, but I haven't heard from her yet. I check my phone, and the only thing I see is a faint message from Megumi simply saying, sorry. Panic invades my mind as I try to write something back. I tell her that it's fine, and I try to call her phone, but there's no answer. I'm lost. I don't know what happened or why she's not answering. It's been more than a week now. I couldn't muster up the courage to go and see Megumi, and she hasn't answered her phone. At least I know that she's received my messages and that she's alright. Even if she changed her mind about me, her safety is still one of my biggest concerns. We didn't make a mistake that day. I know we both felt something in that moment, and I know she was there with me. I was hoping I could tell her how I felt when we woke up, but she must have gotten scared. I wish I could just go and meet her at Starlight, but I don't know how to approach her. I spent over 30 minutes standing at the gates the other day, but my heart wouldn't let me proceed and tell Megumi how I feel. Well, at least Yasu seems to be doing better. Spending time with his friend seems to have helped him greatly, and now he even speaks to me from time to time. I expected Tokyo to be utterly backwards in every way, but the parents here certainly give their children plenty of freedom. I'm a lousy guardian and parent for sure, but I can't let my brother down. It might take a long time, but I have to pull my life together. Yasu, I hope that you'll be okay, even with an awful family figure like me. Today's the day, I've made up my mind and it's time to take action. In a few hours, I'll go and meet Megumi. I can't just wait forever. First, Yasu. He'll be playing with his friends while I'm out.
Okay, Yasu. You behave yourself at Katashi's, okay? And don't wander off without Daisuke.
And she's actually pronouncing the name correctly. The last thing Daisuke needs is to be left alone with his bad decisions. Yesterday I saw him eating bugs right off the ground.
Have fun out there, Yasu.
He's just standing there?
Is something wrong?
Did he just say he loves me? That felt nice. I think I'm glad I moved here. Now if only I could finish. Huh? I'm not expecting anyone, nor in a rush to deal with anything but Megumi. I should answer the door though.
Hello?
Hey, Rin.
Megumi?
Can I please come in?
Of course. Please.
Just as I was about to try meeting her. What a coincidence. The house may not be in the most presentable state, but I can't turn her away. Not after all this time.
Are you okay? It's been more than a week.
I couldn't bring myself to answer. I figured that speaking directly was better than calling or texting, especially after so long.
At first, I was worried you got lost in that cave. Then, I thought I might have done something that upset you.
That's about the cave. I woke up on the beach. I don't remember leaving. The last thing I remember is...
Or...
The next thing I remember is waking up on the beach. With no idea about how I got there, or why. Just blacking out with no memory. It spooked me. We weren't drunk, or anything.
It was quite weird. Maybe there were gas fumes in the cave that knocked us out.
Either way, experiencing that on top of our moment, it scared me. I hate to admit it, but for a while, I even thought you might have done something to me.
But I never do anything bad to you. Megumi.
I know. I realized that after a few days. I'm sorry for doubting you.
Wait, if you realized that, why did it take you this long to come see me?
I was scared.
Why?
Well... After that day, I also realized something else. I care about you. A lot. More than I have for anyone else. Ever. I didn't know what the feeling was at first, but now... It's love, isn't it?
Even after all those days of silence, hearing her confess her true feelings so honestly, so simply, makes my heart race just like it did back then.
Megumi, I love you too, Megumi.
I'm so happy.
Those simple words, a short expression that means more than all the world's books ever could. I don't know why it was so hard to say, but now, I'm glad I said it.
But...
This is reality, where things aren't so easy.
You're worried about what it means. How we can live and what we can do.
Yes. I just... You know, we talked about this before. If this town thinks a mannequin is too obscene, I like Tokia, but...
I understand. This should be just about us and our feelings, but we have to face the public as well.
Exactly. If it were just the two of us, I might suggest something crazy, like riding away to some faraway land where people will accept us.
Where? Canada? We can't escape Japan in a motorbike since there's ocean on all sides. Plus, there's an even bigger problem. I can't just leave when Yasu is depending on me.
You're right. Just today, Yasu said he loved me. I can't take him away from his home and his friends.
Neither can I. But I don't want to give up on you.
Neither do I.
So, what can we do, Rin?
Seeing Megumi's gentle expression and hearing her soft words, they fill me with determination.
Maybe, just maybe, we could get into a position of power, like working at the city hall. That way, we could change some things and maybe open people's eyes and hearts. Perhaps we could eventually get them to allow same-sex relationships.
That's very specific.
I know. I've been thinking about it for the past week.
What? Why?
Well, once I got a job at City Hall, I figured I should decide what my goals there would be.
You got a job at City Hall. It's only been a week.
Well, I had to do something somehow. I'm going to be working on municipal development, preservation of landmarks, road security, housing.
Wow! I knew you'd find something to do with your legal knowledge.
It's not what I planned on, I admit. But certain people at City Hall seem to think I'd be a good youth representative. Even if they try to keep their attitudes high and mighty, they still enjoy young people working for them.
Whoa! That's great! I'm so happy for you, Rin.
Actually, it could be great for both of us.
What do you mean?
It just so happens they also need a secretary at the Municipal Services Office. I could recommend you, and then maybe we could work together.
So I'd be working to help improve city services.
Good luck.
Exactly! That includes any city money that goes to Starlight. It may not be ideal for you, but it might be a start. If you want.
I'd love to do it.
Great! I'll let them know first thing tomorrow.
I'm so relieved. It's like a great weight has been lifted from my chest. Wasn't sure about this plan, but hearing that Megumi approves is a lovely feeling.
So then, what about us?
What indeed? It could be years before we change things in this stubborn town.
I'm sure we can do it. But until we succeed, can we stay together?
Well, we could just keep it a secret.
What? How?
We'll just have to be careful. We'll act like friends. That's all. If we're co-workers, that will help explain things and lower suspicion. We can find moments to be all alone. And
Will that really work?
it may be a hard compromise, but it will have to do for now. I love you, Megumi. I won't give up on you, no matter what it takes.
Rin,
Megumi's eyes. As I look into them, they seem so soft and gentle. Megumi's shy smile. I can't think straight when she looks at me like that. I want to stay here with her and see that smile for a bit longer.
Hey, Yasu's away at a friend's house, so we're alone right now. Would you like to join me for some tea?
actually, why don't we go upstairs? I haven't seen your bedroom yet.
Does she really mean? Seeing her unwavering glance and the warmness of her expression, I can tell she's serious. If she's willing, and we have a chance like this, I can't say no.
I'd be delighted to.
Once, I hated the thought of moving to Tokyo. I ditched the town for a reason and had little fondness for it. But now... now I have a reason to stay. I thought about calling my remaining relatives. I'm constantly tempted to leave Tokyo with Megumi, but I can't. I won't torment Yasu, even for love. I've given up a lot. I won't be a lawyer. I won't live in a bigger city. But I haven't given up who I am. It's times like these you find out what really matters to you. I'll have to stretch my time and finances, maybe for years. I may even come close to breaking. But I think I can live like this. This is enough for me. I can be happy. So that's the Strings of Fate. So next time we will be doing the other one, which is The Lost Date. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.